you, Don?
They will not.
We'll see. We'll see, Larry. You said that the other day, too. Production, and this is Sports Talk, and welcome on the Tuesday night edition. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, and we're going to have some fun tonight. And also in the studio, we have Big Don, the producer. What's up, Don?
Everything's good, man.
And the legend himself, Bruce Austin. What's up, Bruce?
Everything's beautiful, brother.
All right, all the way in Frederick, Maryland, my brother-in-law, Larry Pearson. What's up, Larry?
Everything's good.
Everything is good.
Everything good.
and my brother all the way in Jacksonville, Florida. What's up, bro? Henry,
all right, how you doing? How's everybody this evening?
I am blessed. We are blessed. And welcome back, Pastor from Basileia, Pastor Walter T. What's up, my brother?
How you doing? How's everyone?
How you feeling today? Feeling good? Feeling good, Pastor?
I'm doing better. Doing a lot better. Still kind of congested, but we are good. Yeah.
And our sports legend, Anthony McLean. What's up, my brother?
Doing well, doing well.
And every moment, every move, when this brother is with us, Brother Kendall Tyson. What's up, Brother Kendall?
How you doing, gentlemen?
All right. We're going to get started because I know an hour will go by fast. Also, we have a phone number, 203-875-0520. If anyone have any comments that's viewing us on Facebook Live or on television, give us a call or send in your comments and we'll talk about your comments. Larry, let's start with you, bro. I know you got a couple football topics before we get into basketball. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
Jerry Jones got on there for the first time this year and said the reason the Dallas Cowboys in the position they are because of his bad judgment, and that's the first time Jerry Jones took, credit for anything he ever done wrong, They made a big trade. They got Quentin Williams and they got Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson used to be the captain of the Cincinnati Bengals, and Quentin Williams coming from the Jets. He was a really top draft pick. He's one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. Do you think with all Jerry Jones is doing, they got a chance at least for a winning season?
Start with you, Bruce.
No, I think it's too late. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna count them out all together, but I still think it's too late, and they got too much going on. And I mean, Overshaw I think they got a bye this week, and the week after, everybody supposed to be back to South. So we'll see. But I honestly think it's too late. And
what about you, Don?
Not a little too late. I think it's a lot too late.
Yeah.
There's no turning this thing around at this point unless he grab a few more players. You still need some better offense too, because if you're only scoring 10 points and counting on the defense to get 7 for you, that's not going to work either.
All right. What about you, Anthony? What you think, bro?
Yeah, this is building for 2026. They gave up a lot of picks, and we may look back at this as just being a great trade for the Jets because of all the picks that they got. But yeah, I think it's too late for them to salvage this season. I think what they'll do is this is going to be a precursor to 2026.
Ooh, Henry, go ahead, bro.
Well, I don't think it's up because the Dallas schedule is pretty tough. But I still think Jerry Jones made a bad mistake. I don't know how many draft picks he had to give up to make these trades, for the future. But if he would have signed Michael Parsons, he could have kept them draft picks. So, does anybody know how many draft picks he actually gave up?
Yeah, he gave up.
He gave up 2 for Quentin Williams, 2 first round.
The other guy that he got, the linebacker, he gave up 1 7th-round pick for him. So he got 3.
So he gave up a total of 3 picks.
Yeah, but for Quentin, for the guy they got from the Jets, it was a good deal for him because they gave up 1 first round this year and 1 for next year.
Yeah.
26.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Pastor Walton. I'll go with Kendall.
No doubt, man. No, I think they're going to win. Not win in the playoffs, but I think they're going to win because their offense is all world. They got a Super Bowl ready offense right now, but their defense stink. But you put Quentin Williams next to Gary, then they're running the ball up the middle now. Quentin Williams is a monster, so this is a great trade, So I think Jerry Jones, that's why he was smiling last night. He was like, I got something up my sleeve, and he got the linebacker. So I think that they are going to salvage the season. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs because there's too many better teams in front of them, but I don't think they'll have a losing record. No one else. Washington's season's over. Their quarterback is hurt, so I think they're going to have a winning season.
Go ahead, Kendall.
I think they're going to finish 8-9.
That's it? 8-9.
That's it. I don't think they're going to have a winning season. I'm looking at their record. I'm looking at the games they have coming against. I just think that, I got a question to say. Can we think of Dallas Cowboys in a tight game and think, wow, that was a pretty good play? They have a lot of talent, but they're sort of straightforward with it. I don't think they know how to manipulate the clock. I'm looking at a pretty brilliant guy play the game. I'm looking at Bo Nix. Bo Nix has high football IQ. I think that, like I said, I think that Dak Prescott, he passes the eye test. He's probably a physical specimen. Very good. Throws the ball. Can out offense anybody. But I don't think he knows how to manage the clock. I don't think he knows how to do the little things that make a difference in the quarterbacks. Every year he's going to have 4,000 yards, 25, 30 touchdowns. But he's going to have those plays that are just going to have you scratching your head. Those overthrows, he just does a lot of things that I scratch my head when I'm watching him. That's why I don't think they're going to do too much with him. I think he's a great talent. I don't know. I just hope it just translates to his head.
All right. Who am I missing besides myself? I think Dallas season is as far as making the playoffs. Now as far as the offense, you guys saying score 17 points last night, because if your defense stink, the offense got to pick it up. Well, that means just like if the offense is not that good, the defense pick it up on their end. They try to stop the other team from scoring 35 and 40 points. They try to keep it a low scoring game. So I'm saying with Dallas defense being bad, that's when Dak Prescott and them guys got to pick it up. Can't be scoring 17 points on a team like Arizona. You got to at least score 30 points to help the defense out. And they're not doing that on a lot of occasions. They're not picking up their end of the slack either. The defense is bad, but the offense should at least average 30 points a game. If they can't do that, something wrong. It's the whole team, not just the defense side of the ball. That's just my take on that.
Well, let me tell you something. Can I just chime this in? And this will go with Kendall too. But you got to understand which scheme you're going against. If you watched the game last night when they was talking to Peyton Manning and they talked to Eli Manning, they said It's hard to play against the Cardinals defense because you don't know what you're looking at. So it's not. It's just even the Kansas City, but we didn't get there yet. But it's their defensive scheme that kept Dallas from scoring all those points. Because Dak don't really know what he's looking at. This guy's Buda Baker's all over the place. He could be a linebacker. He could be a free safety. So it's really hard to score and outscore them. And Brissett is playing better than Kyler Murray.
Joey Brissett.
He did not get his job back.
is playing better than the incumbent.
Yeah, but I really thought that Dallas would beat them. I lost on my thing with them, but but you got to see got to understand the scheme. That's what happened with the Lions with the Vikings too, man. Their defense coordinator is a monster. You got to see what you're screening against. Yep.
All right, welcome, Bishop. We're talking about. Somebody say something.
I just wanted to say one thing. Dallas' next 4 games is really going to either make their season or they're going to miss the playoffs because they play the Raiders, then they play the Eagles, then they play the Chiefs, then they play the Lions, and then after that, the Vikings. So that stretch of games right there, they could easily lose three of those games. Easily.
What's their record now?
They're 3-5, I think.
3-5.
3-5-1.
They can't score more than 17 points. They ain't gonna be none of them.
So
3-5-1.
You talk like they got more games this year where they scored 30 than they do scored 17. You know, they were scoring 30 and 40. You forgetting about that?
I'm not forgetting about that.
Yeah,
no, but the record's still 3-5 though.
I'm saying that's because
and at the end of that stretch, they're going to be 5-8-1.
That's because of their defense. Dallas been putting up points. That's why they were saying they was the top offense in the league. They didn't say
Number one.
It was only scoring 17 points. So you can't look at one game and say they got.
No, you're not gonna comment on that, or the hard as you was on Dak early in the season about the offense. No.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. No.
Well,
17 points.
I said it earlier. The offense only scored 10. The defense had to get them 7. And playing the Cardinals, I'm not trying to hear this excuse about how the Cardinals. No disrespect, Pastor, but how they making you all combative and you don't know what they gonna do. Look, if you got a great offense, you get out there and you play it, and you don't let that defense bother you. So I'm not.
What happened to Kansas City? What happened to Kansas City yesterday?
I can't say. How can you say you can't?
What's the Cardinals record? Give me the Cardinals record, somebody. Give me the Cardinals. Hold it. Give me the Cardinals record.
I think their record is down spot maybe the same.
The record is Dallas 3-5,
and they came out and beat Dallas.
Yeah, but they beat somebody else too. Don't forget, Kyler Murray been out too now.
I said last week. I said on paper Dallas looked great, but the Cardinals was gonna beat them, and that's what happened.
No.
All right, yeah, there you go.
Everybody always said it's their defense. Their defense mostly let them down.
Look, I go along with what the coach said. The whole team lost. On paper, the whole team was Dallas had a better team on paper. Am I right?
Yeah.
Better team.
Right. You're right.
They lost.
I wouldn't say that. Not the way their defense been playing. I even said that before the game.
Like
any team that Dallas played, they got a halfway decent offense, they're gonna win. I say that?
When that Dallas coach that got up and said our team lost.
They lost.
Our team lost. Not the defense. Not our team lost.
Yeah, but don't get me
wrong. The best
wrong.
team lost.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. The offense was really bad this week too. It wasn't just the defense. But previously, it was mostly the defense. But Sunday, it was the offense and the defense.
Well, could be what we're looking at the rest of the season. That's what we're trying to say.
We
could be looking at this the rest. After that loss, we ain't got no confidence.
We'll see what happens.
If y'all remember what I said too last week, I said it was 2 teams that I was never gonna vote for again. That was Dallas. I ain't gonna mention the other team.
Bruce, I gotta get to the Bishop. I'll get to the Bishop, but the only reason I said what I said, Bruce, because Henry brought up the schedule. And I said if they can't score more than 17 points, then they're not gonna be none of them teams. They gotta score at least 30 points. Dallas gotta score at least 30 points every game in order to win, to make up for that defense. At least 30, 35 points they gotta score to make up for that defense.
But you talk like they haven't done that. That's what I'm saying.
They do yesterday, Bruce. Come on, the team that should have won.
That's only one game.
Okay, it was one game. It was a big game for them, though.
It's a big game. And Detroit lost yesterday.
When I brought up the Dallas Cowboys now, they lost 2 in a row, right?
Yeah, but listen, Detroit lost, Kansas City lost.
I understand that. We'll get to them. All right, Bishop, go ahead, Bishop. On the Cowboys.
Lost.
Yep.
Go ahead, Bishop.
The Cowboys. I mean, look, that to me is one game. I'm not going to completely. I want them to be mathematically eliminated. They're not there yet. Anything can happen any given Sunday. Yesterday was evident of that. And I know our football men are going to cover those other games. You had 4 upsets yesterday. I ain't even called the Minnesota game an upset because the O-line is getting stronger. They're only missing 1 piece now instead of the 3 or 4 pieces they were missing. But you saw the difference. I'll leave that alone. For the Cowboys, they're not finished yet. Season's not over for them yet. There's still hope. Okay? And Booker, stop holding, man, if you're watching this.
All right, go ahead, Larry. What's your next topic, man?
Next time, we're going to talk about the Colts. Okay, we look at the Colts as one of the best teams, but I did some research. Yards allowed, they 24th in the league. Passing defense, 29th in the league. They went out and got Sauce Gardner in the trade. He's a very good corner, but is he going to fix the total problem? Yet remain to be seen. But the Colts defense, they got a great high-powered offense, but their defense needs some work.
Okay, so you want to start with who? Who you want to start with on that one?
Start with Anthony.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Well, Gardner's going to help. It gives them a little bit of a presence, but yeah, they're still Pittsburgh exposed them a lot this week. Let them know that defensively they need some work, and they've got a stretch now where we're going to see just how good they are. Are they the best? I don't think they're the best team in the AFC. You can make the argument more so for the Patriots being the best team in the AFC right now than more so the Colts. But the one thing that the Steelers did do was they made Jonathan Taylor a non-factor, and they forced Jones to try to win the game for them. And again, as great a year as Jones has had, he still has to prove that he can do it every week.
All right, go ahead, Pastor Walt.
Yeah, I agree. But it's like, we've been on here every week is something different. We thinking, wow, Kansas City's back, and now they're back, not back. And the Lions are, and now they're not. So it just Pittsburgh did a great job. They got pressure on Daniel Jones, and like you said, you got to prove if he can stand up under the pressure, and he didn't. He under the pressure, he didn't come through. So, but next week they might. But they exposed him. Sauce Gardner was going to give him a shutdown corner on one side, so that means whoever the best wide receiver that they're playing against, he's going to play them, and they can double team the other one, and you got to go to their third or fourth option, the team they're playing with now, instead of just throwing it to anybody. So it's going to help, but Daniel Jones got to have a big comeback so we can say that they're on the right train. And I agree. I mean, right now, and I know Larry going to get mad, but right now I don't think Kansas City can beat the Patriots.
Wow. All right, we'll let Larry respond to that in a few. Go ahead, Henry.
So looking at the Colts schedule, when they opened the season up, they beat the Dolphins 33-8. We know the Dolphins now aren't really that good of a football team. Then they beat the Broncos 29-28. Then they beat the next game they won. They played the Titans. They beat them 41-20. Then they played the Rams, a top team. They lost. Then the next game they played the Raiders. They beat them 40-6. Then they beat the Cardinals. Then they beat the Chargers. The Chargers aren't that good. Then they beat the Titans. And then they lost to the Steelers. So looking at their schedule, they won a lot of games, but then
they had a weak schedule.
They haven't played the top teams.
Right, I got you.
When they played the Raiders, not the Raiders, the Rams, they lost. So I think because the teams that they've beaten aren't really that good.
Okay.
So, but we'll see. But you look at their record, but if you really look at the teams they've beaten, they haven't really beaten any top teams.
They beat the Broncos?
Broncos not a top team. You think
Wait, the Broncos?
The Broncos.
Denver?
7-2.
Oh, wow.
Broncos is top team. Broncos is top team.
Broncos is top team, bro. Okay, and they beat the Chargers. Chargers in first place in their division.
You're right. But anybody else on that list besides the
Rams? They beat my team. I'm the Rams, but you remember the kid had a touchdown, dropped the ball before he went across the end zone. They would have won that game.
Okay.
He had a touchdown, and he was showboating and dropped the ball.
Okay. But
That was a
what I'm saying, if you look at their schedule, the teams that they beat up, they're not really that good.
They had a reschedule, you're saying.
But we will see. We will see as the season goes on how it's going. I'm just looking at the teams that they have beaten. They're not that good.
All right, go ahead, Bishop. Then let the Bishop talk. Then I'll let Kendall do his thing.
I mean, well, how long ago was it when we made this statement that Cinderella was going to turn back into the great pumpkin? It's just happening. That's all. And see, now that Pittsburgh has exposed how to beat the Colts, watch the next 3 or 4 games. And Henry, you brought up a good point. A lot of the games they won was by a field goal or less, meaning they barely won. And when you mentioned, I think it was you, Larry, their statistic, that's not going to hold up. We're getting into the part of the season where people are now conditioned and ready to roll and start doing what they're going to do. So I'll stick the Colts in the top 6. They'll make the playoffs, but that's just about it. The question is, what are they going to do when they get there? Somebody said, and I heard you mention, Bruce, I don't want to jump all over the place, Kansas City. No, they're not going to beat Kansas City. Not today, not tomorrow, and next week don't look good either.
Go ahead, Kendall.
I think Indianapolis is still going to end up in the AFC West Championship because I think that Kansas City is going to knock Denver off. I think one of them is going to claim the division, and they're going to play before they get to the AFC Championship. I don't think you're going to have 2 teams in the same AFC West playing for the AFC division title. So I believe that Indianapolis needs to show us a little bit more. And by the way, Henry, Bo Nix is a top player. He's a top team. Denver is a pretty good team. And I didn't have any one of them at the beginning of the year. I am not on the Indiana bandwagon, but they are a very good team. Denver's a very good team. Kansas City's a very good team. Did you see Josh Allen do the tush push twice last night? If you can't beat him, join him. But he has not beaten Pat Mahomes in the playoffs. I still have Kansas City in the playoffs. I got Kansas City knocking off Buffalo in the AFC semifinal. I think Indiana will knock off Denver. And I think you're going to see Kansas City versus Indiana in the AFC. And there's nothing that's changing me from that so far.
Right. Go ahead, Bruce. Now go with Big Don.
I want to add some on to something that Walt said earlier when he was talking about that defense, and they got these different coordinators and they come up with different schemes. That's why when you play different teams, you might have defensive backs that's better than your defensive ends on this team, and they better hold your wide receivers. So every team you play is different. You got a team who won 5 or 6 in a row, and then all of a sudden they lose one and they ain't no good. I don't agree with that.
See, I like what Bruce just did. You know, he came in, he brought that up because the Cardinals ain't going nowhere, but still they beat Dallas.
Yeah,
they ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? You can talk about that defense, that they ain't going nowhere. Why didn't they beat some of the good teams, other teams with that great fancy defense they got? How come they didn't beat some of the other good teams with that? If they only 3 and what?
No, but we didn't say that they was ready to win the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying.
Everybody know Dallas ain't no good.
Yeah, but that's my whole point. They beat Dallas.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not going to talk about the Dallas.
That's my whole point.
What was making
We're talking about the coach now. Y'all get back to Dallas again.
He was making a point. He was making a point about different schemes and defenses.
Yeah,
this ain't had nothing to do with Dallas. Just with any game you play, they got
understood
different defenses against different teams, and that's what makes it different.
Let me say this, Jerry, though. I was talking about Dallas and Pacific. You know what I mean? I understood what you were saying, but I was being Pacific with Dallas. How they came in and that defense. Now, you got Dak, one of the highest paid quarterback out there. Supposed to be running so great this year, and then, you know, they didn't do it. So I was pretty much just talking about Dallas on that. As far as the Colts go, you know, I was looking at 8-2, and I was like, no, 7-2. I was like 7-2. That's still a great record.
Sure it is.
So I'm thinking that, you know, I heard all what you guys were saying, but I'm thinking in the end, the Colts are still going to be there.
Sure
they're not going to take it, but they're going to be there.
Right.
The Chiefs will definitely. I said in the beginning the Chiefs will beat them because they wouldn't have enough experience or anything to beat the Chiefs, but they're going to be there.
I agree with that, Don.
All right, go ahead, Larry. What's your next topic, man? You got to be the
Next
Chiefs
one,
now.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Got to bring the Chiefs up, right?
Kansas City Chiefs. We're not going to run away from it. Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes played one of the worst games of his career. I think the defense shook him a little bit. He tried to run up the middle a few times. It didn't work. He had a bad game. I think the game plan that the Bills had was very good, and they caught Mahomes by surprise, and that's the worst game he played so far.
Well, why you figure they caught him by surprise, Larry?
I think that's my surprise.
Huh?
Because the way the defense, he normally tries to run and skirt up the middle sometime.
Yeah.
He tried that all game. He didn't get through once, you know. They had a good game plan, and he was off. He threw him off. I never seen him off that much throwing in a game. He had passed for 50%. Only 50% of his passes made it, you know, so
All
right,
that's
let me go in the studio because
different defensive schemes.
go ahead, Bruce.
What I was saying.
Say it again, Bruce.
Are we talking about the
We
Chiefs
talking
and the
about
Bills?
Yeah, we
That's
talking
what
about
we're
what
talking about.
we talking about what
Yes.
Larry
The Bills
said.
beat them every year with that same defense,
Right.
but now we're talking about scheme. The Bills beat them every year until they get to the big one. So let's see if that same defensive scheme worked when the Bills beat them in the playoff.
ain't gonna work.
We're saying that that's why coordinators watch film. They watch film before they even go play, and they make their scheme to fit the offense that they're going
That's
up
what they're
against.
supposed to do.
It don't always work.
That's
It
what
don't
they-
always work.
So you saying that's what happened with the Chiefs and the Bills too?
It must fit what Larry just said.
That's
Then
what
he
happened
said
with
he
Larry
used
was just coming with an excuse because of his team. I'm trying to figure out
There ain't no excuse. That's facts. That's facts.
He said Mahomes to run up the middle, but they had a scheme where they wouldn't allow him to run up the middle no more.
All right, so what?
Isn't that what you said, Larry?
So in that case, they got no
Yes, it
business
is.
them in the playoff. Am I right, Jerry?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you win the way they talking, right?
Yeah, I'll let you guys do the talking, man, because you said that they can't beat them in the playoffs, so we'll see. We'll see.
Can't.
All right,
They
they
can't.
can't. All right, let me go with Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony.
Well, no, I mean, you give Buffalo credit for beating them like this, but again, we've seen this movie before. They've always beat them in the regular season, but when it counts, they don't beat them in the playoffs. Now, the only caveat this year is Kansas City going to get in? Kansas City, is at this time right now, it's going to be rough for them to get in right now. Right now, as of right now, they're out. They're the 8th team and they're 7. Kansas, if the season ended today, they're out. And the thing is, their losses are hurting them because if it comes down to the last spot, Buffalo has the tiebreaker, Jacksonville has the tiebreaker, and as of right now, because they've only played San Diego once, San Diego's got the tiebreaker. So they need to, for them to have a shot at the playoffs, they've got to, at the very least, sweep Denver and beat Indy so they can improve on their conference record. But as of right now, they almost have to run the table to get in.
Do you believe they're not getting in? Do you believe that?
It's a very good chance, bro. I was just waiting for me to get my turn, but go ahead.
Go ahead, Walt. I'll give you some next. Go ahead, Walt.
All I'll say is that right now, and it's pretty obvious, they don't have a championship defense at all.
Go ahead, Walt. Come on,
yeah, man. Listen, I was hearing you talking about the Bills never being in the playoffs, and I was waiting. They might not have to face them because right now they ain't in the playoffs. You know, the Chargers are 4-1 in their division. They only got one loss in their conference. The Chargers are in front of them. They haven't played the Broncos like Ant said. He may go. They got to beat the Broncos.
They only got one loss also.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. The Chargers, they got to beat the Broncos twice. You know, and the Chargers already beat them. They got to beat them the next game. So they got to pretty much run the table in their division, in their conference. Because right now they're out the playoffs. They're not even in the playoffs. Donald showed this. Donald, I know you know just who do and don't, but listen to this. Here's some facts. When you have a team like Kansas City and Buffalo that are really even, it's which worst unit outplays the other team's best unit. In other words, if Kansas City's defense, I text on there, their defense is in Super Bowl college anymore. Chris Jones has lost his whatever. He doesn't dominate the game anymore, so they don't have any help. So which second unit, which would be the Bills' second unit without their best defensive player, Ed Oliver was out, and they knocked Patrick Mahomes down 15 times. The first time ever he was under 5%, under 50%. So which other unit, which is their number 2 unit of defense, will outplay the other team's best unit, which is offense? And the Bills outplayed Kansas City's offense with all their weapons, everybody there, and that's why they won.
So
All right, Bishop. Come on, your turn, baby.
Bills over Kansas City in
No.
the playoffs?
They might never get there to do it in the playoffs, Don.
Yes, they do.
You keep
They
saying
get
that.
in the playoffs. That's not a question. That's
Who you
not a
picking
question.
if they make it? I
That's
just like to know.
that's
Who you picking if they make it? If they make it, who you picking?
Kansas City, because they got to beat them first. They got to beat them first. I picked Kansas City this week too. See, if the Rams wasn't my number 1 team, Kansas City would be my second team. Because I like Pat Mahomes, I like Kelsey. You know, I liked them from when they had the cheetah. You know, before he but I would pick Kansas City because they haven't done it yet.
All right, go ahead, Bishop.
Well, being in the 8th spot currently, 78% chance to make the playoffs, which means there's a percentage that Kansas City will get there. 3 tiebreakers over them, so they're in a position now where they've got to make a run. I don't know how many games are left. I think we're going to week 11, which means there are 6 or 7.
week 10.
Week 10.
Week
Okay,
10.
so that means there's 7 games left. They can't do less. They can't do worse than 5
There's
and 2.
9 games left.
Okay, they still can't do less. Then I'll give them. They got to go at least 6-3 the rest of the way. Will they do it? We'll wait and find out.
Look at this schedule, Bishop. They got the Colts coming up. They got the Broncos twice. They got the Chargers.
And the Broncos are already 2. No, I think they played them because the Broncos right now are 2 games ahead of them, aren't they?
No, they haven't played the Broncos yet.
No. I mean, in the division, aren't the Broncos 2 games ahead in the division right now?
Yeah.
No, Chargers
Something
are.
like that. So they got their work cut out for them. I ain't against the Kansas City Chiefs. I like the Kansas City Chiefs, but the truth of the matter is the magic of Mahomes seems to be fading just for a short spell. Just for a short spell.
You got Larry shaking his head over there, man.
But
Come
listen,
on.
you got 9 games. They always want to call me at the wrong time. You got 9 games, okay? You got to go at least 6-3 to get in the top, one of the top, if not the 4th spot, the 5th spot. The worst they can do, if they're in the bottom and they're in the last spot, Kansas City may not be able to work that magic. I'm not sure who's going to be number 1, but Kansas City may have to struggle, go back on the road and fight their way to wherever they're going. So, Larry, my blessings, my brother. You can hold on to my ticket. I'll meet you at the next station.
Go ahead, Kendall. Now go, my brother Henry. Go ahead, Kendall.
Well, I think Kansas City, to me, they're going to be there. I just think they're going to be there. I just think that Patrick Mahomes is showing.
You're probably right.
Yeah, he's going to win. He has a lot. He's going to be there. Like I say, right now, nothing is taking me away from the fact that this guy is showing me that he could win these 1-score games. And one thing good about him is that in his interviews, he always takes responsibility for whatever goes on with the team. That goes a long way. His Warriors are going to fight for him. When he sits up and he talks, and if he'll tell you he had a bad game. You never see him chastising anybody unless he's talking to them straight in the face. I just think that I think he's going to be there. I just think that Bo Nix is doing really well. Drake May is a surprise. I did not see Indianapolis, New England, and Denver being anywhere here. And I think they're going to be the final 4 teams standing. I think that Buffalo, he may have beaten Pat Mahomes in the regular season, but I do believe Fran Tarkenton has beaten Roger Staubach. He may have beaten Ken Stabler. I'm sure he beat a bunch of those guys, but he has no Super Bowls. Josh Allen right now is this generation's Fran Tarkenton. He's very talented. He has to carry the team himself, and it just seems like it's not fair that he doesn't have the weapons that, once again, a Roger Staubach may have had growing up back in the day, having Tony Hill, Drew Pearson, Robert Newhouse, Tony Dorsett, Preston Pearson. He had some weapons. Josh Allen is by himself. So, in conclusion, as far as I'm concerned, the way I see it, could be wrong, Pat Mahomes has been proving it since he's been in the league. So we can't knock him out. And he won on the road. He won all the one-score games last year and lost them all this year. So maybe people are playing him tight, you know. So I still think that he will make it. I think that Denver will make it. Denver may even win that division. And Pat Mahomes may get the wild card. And I just think that Indianapolis has a good enough team in order to go ways. I think so. And I don't know. I can't call it with this Drake May guy, but it looks like Buffalo and New England are battling for first place. And it looks like New England may have the better team. They already beat them. They may do it again. So
Right.
that's what I see in the AFC.
You're on, my brother. Go ahead, Henry. Come on, bro.
Well, Kansas City next two games, they go to Denver, and then the Colts go to Kansas City. Them two games right there is going
to make it.
It's going to show if they're going to make the playoffs or not.
They're going to show who they are.
Go ahead, Larry. My man, Larry. All right, Larry, hold on, man. Before you do the next topic, I want to do this this promo. I want to get this promo in for the Christmas toy drive that's coming up on December the 20th. So let me do this here.
Season's greetings from Big Don Productions and Kingdom Media International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Christmas Toy Drive 2025, Saturday, December 20th at the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Performing that evening will be Jamila Douglas, Blessings, Calvin Cooper, Dre the Voice, Lisa Bellamy, Rock Tabernacle Male Chorus, comedian Dr. Irma Something Else. Featured guest group will be the legendary Tyrese Hall and the Golden Stars. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and show starts at 6 p.m. sharp. That's at Saturday, December 20th, the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Also, other sponsors include WJRG, Gospel Inspirations, 94.3, WYBC, Action First Broadcast, Rock Tabernacle Ministries. Tickets are $20. And for more information, call 203-875-0520. That's 203-875-0520. Or for tickets, Cash App at $84 Plymouth. That's Cash App at $84 Plymouth for the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Toy Drive 2025.
Amen. All right. Get ready for the toy drive, y'all. We're gonna make this the biggest one in the holiday season. The toy drive presented by Big Don from Big Don Production. All right, Larry. Any more football topics before we go to basketball? 6:37.
Yes, just the Seattle Seahawks. They're looking pretty good. They just got a new receiver, Rashid Shahad from
Saints.
New Orleans. Do you think the Seahawks in the top four teams in the NFC?
Seahawks. Go ahead. Start with Henry. Go ahead, Henry. Seahawks.
Well, as of right now, I would say yes. But we'll see what they do in the playoffs.
Well,
Go ahead, Bishop. Seahawks are they at the top?
Right now, they look like the top, but I'm just waiting for Sam Darnold to do like he did last year. You know, go through the regular season, looking sharper than a Mississippi sheriff, and then just implode right there at the playoffs, opening round, overthrowing his receivers, barely getting the ball to his running backs, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So the great pumpkin shall return. Sam, I'm just waiting on you, bro.
Bishop, you rough boy. Go ahead, Kendall.
Seattle, yeah. I mean, everybody's looking good. It's like any given Sunday. This is 1 year. I'm wondering if anybody goes over 500 this year. I mean, Seattle is surprising. Sam Darnold has a pretty good regular season. He just imploded the last two games in Minnesota, and maybe he has enough to prove something. Huh?
The last three games, the last two regular season and the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. He just, he may have something to prove. I don't see them in the final. I see, I see Philadelphia. I don't see them. They're top. They're top team in the NFL this year, for sure.
Go ahead, Anthony. Then I'll go with Pastor.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical with Seattle as well because of Darnold. I mean, it's again great regular season, but postseason a lot of times he struggles. The The one thing that they do have going for them, very quietly, they may have one of the more underrated defenses in the league. I don't know how far that'll carry them, though. That's the only thing. And more than likely, they're going to have to, if they do even get a chance to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to win 3 games.
Okay, Pastor, go ahead. Then I go to the studio.
Yeah, they're a top team. Their defense they got a great defense. The Rams got to play them twice, and they got at least split with them. Yeah, I think they're a top team. I was watching. They're actually a dominant team. So Sam Darnold's playing really good. Everybody's defense ain't the Rams' defense. You know, the Rams are the ones why they lost the playoff games against the Rams' defense. The Rams got a great defense. So, but everybody don't have that same defense. Seattle's a good team.
Okay, see, I respect you, Pastor Anthony and Larry. I'm not saying, and the rest of y'all too, but you guys are the football guys. So what y'all say, you know, people watching and listening. So I respect what y'all saying. Go ahead, Bruce, on Seattle. They're one of the top teams or what?
Sure, they're a top team, but they like a couple more teams. Like they said, they got to do it in the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's all. They top team. They playing good.
Can they beat the Packers in the NFC?
I mean, you win in the playoffs with a good defense, and that's what they got. The Packers been slipping a little bit. They lost again. What they lose to Carolina, I think.
Carolina?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Lambeau Field.
But Bruce, can they beat Detroit? Seattle.
Anybody. They can beat anybody. Anybody in there now.
No. Buffalo can't beat Kansas City in the playoffs. So don't say they can beat anybody.
Yeah,
Can they beat Seattle? Can Seattle beat Detroit? Don't they can beat anybody.
Haven't beaten them in the playoffs. We're not going to say that they can't. That's a big word, can't. We can say, only thing we can say as of now, they haven't beat them in the playoffs.
Okay.
It's a different team. Seattle playing good.
Okay. Good. Go ahead, Don. What you think?
Defenses.
Well, I heard a rumor that Sam Donald got his old Viking jersey hanging up in the locker room. If he throw the ball, the better he get, you know. So he's out to show the Vikings.
Hey, Don, you see what happens when San Francisco finally actually wins a game?
Oh, man.
I knew how San Francisco was going to play, so I'm not even upset at them or anything because the way they be going through quarterbacks year after year, you know, going down to the 4th string, you know, I'll just be happy for whatever they do win. But, you know, you don't see me with a big San Francisco train and back here, you know.
You don't see a train back there. You see the background of Africa back there. That's what you see.
Where you go running? It seems like you're just running. I mean, come on, where the smoke? I mean,
I'm just going to leave it for the moment because I need to see.
Okay. We got to move on. Larry, what about
the Ravens coming up? One game at a time right now.
Detroit and the Vikings. Let's get to that because that was an upset.
In the Vikings. The game was a physical game, but the Vikings defense manhandled Detroit. The running game wasn't getting what they normally get.
Yeah.
Detroit was in trouble starting from the opening kickoff. You know, I told everybody before the game that could be an upset because of the way Minnesota plays, and Detroit is they not at full strength right now. Their secondary still they got a few people out, but Detroit doesn't have a great defense right now. So going forward, if everybody get healthy, they might get better. But Detroit's in for a ride.
All right, go ahead, Don.
Well, I definitely didn't see that coming. I should have listened to Larry when you talk about guys being out, being hurt. But it was a great game. It was a good game. I mean, the Vikings, every time, you know, since I put them down, they finally won one. As long as I was cheering them. You know, so, no, but the Vikings, they played good. They played really good on that. But I see now I was actually hurt.
Go ahead, Bruce, the legend. Go ahead, Bruce. Talk about the Vikings in Detroit.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ernie, the only one, picked them to win, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
He is.
He was the only one, right?
Yep.
So that tells me something. No matter what people say, they didn't think that they could beat them. They didn't think Minnesota could beat Detroit. It's always after the fact where, well, you know, this and that.
I told you before the fact.
The same facts you got
Thank
after
you
the
for a
game
minute.
present themselves before they play. But it's always a different story after the game. Well, they got players out. They had players out when you picked them to win. You know what I mean? That's like I said, any given Sunday, you could win. But only thing, like with all the other games, you just got to do it in the playoffs.
Got to do it in the playoffs. Go ahead, Anthony.
Difference.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah. I mean, I can't add much more to it. I mean, I thought Detroit would win too. I think it's an even bigger one for the Vikings because they went into Detroit and manhandled them. So I'm actually surprised Detroit didn't even try to make a move during the trade deadline, considering all the players that were out there, especially defensive players. So it's going to be tough. I mean, they'll be in the mix, but I'm just surprised that they didn't try to add some defensive players along the way. That might come back and bite them.
Yeah. It's your team, Bishop. Then I'll go with Pastor. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, let me correct you, Larry. Last Friday, you said they possibly could upset the Lions. You didn't say they would. You said they possibly could. That's like horseshoes. Almost no longer counts in horseshoes. You either get it or you don't. Okay, so stay up on that. Stay over on the brown grass. Leave the green grass alone. Let me straighten that out. Getting to the game. Brian Flores had an excellent defensive strategy. He kept Jared Goff off of his game. Didn't know if there was going to be a blitz from times. If you notice the game, there are multiple times when all three linebackers crowded the line and then at the last minute pulled back. And then, of course, there were some missed calls, but we ain't going to talk about the missed calls, okay, because it was on both sides of the fence. Truth of the matter is they came prepared to play. J.J. McCarthy had his back against the wall, and he proved that he belongs there. Proud of him. Now let's get to the Ravens. Let's see what I really got. That's just one game.
All right, go ahead, Pastor Walt.
Yeah, I was just going to say J.J. McCarthy played very good. That was the key.
That was the key.
Yes, he did.
Let me go ahead and I'll go with Kendall.
Yeah, I didn't see the game, but I picked Detroit to win. They were playing at home. I was really surprised that Minnesota beat them. But hey, we'll see with Detroit, with their guys being hurt, it might hurt them going down. They got a tough schedule. But we'll see.
Every moment move. Go ahead, bro.
I did not give Minnesota a chance. J.J. McCarthy was just coming back after being out 4 or 5 games. It's really still playing as a rookie. Was hurt last year, and he went up against one of the highest scoring teams in the NFL, and he showed himself. He did a very good job last night. I was sort of impressed watching him. I was up obviously after the show last night, so I was watching it. And I was mesmerized. As I mentioned, J.J. McCarthy played like he played in Michigan. He's a national championship player. They look good. I did not think Minnesota was going to beat Detroit. I don't know what to say about it, but they beat them. Detroit did not lose that game. Minnesota beat them.
All right. Listen, I'm going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to start with, let me see if I can pull this up. Bishop. So my man SGA said that the OKC Thunder definitely a better team than we were a year ago. You agree with that? They're 7-0 right now, I think. What do you think?
I'll be honest with you. A better team. Okay, I can agree with them, but it's a very weak agreement. I think they've come in hungry. They tasted victory and they want to go back at it. So I think they're addicted now to championships, and it's causing a high level of aggression with this team. That's just my opinion. So no, I'd say not necessarily a better team, but a more aggressive team.
Go ahead, Henry. What you think?
I would say yeah, they are, because last year they won. They had the best record in the NBA. They won the championship, and now they know that they can do it. And so the way they started, and they're still not fully healthy yet. So, but anything can really happen. But I think yes, I would agree with that. I think they're better this year than they were last year. Because they won the Western Conference.
I think it's impossible for them to be a better team this year than last year based on the fact that they were the youngest team ever to win an NBA championship.
Mhm.
They definitely harmonized. They definitely epitomized teamwork. SGA buying the guys Rolexes. They're hanging out together, doing a lot of the different things. I'm watching the Netflix special. I think that they were the epitome of what team stood for because those guys. I mean, did you see their defense? How they swarmed and switched. I think they're more experienced, and I think they've tasted, the top, and they think that okay, we can go back and do it. But I think um, they should guard against overconfidence because everything was against them last year. The youngest team to play in the playoffs, but they were the best defensive team. Remember, we ended up with the best offensive team in Indiana and the best defensive team. And not only that, we ended up with the youngest team to play in the finals, and we also ended up with Henry's prediction as to was Halliburton an underrated point guard, and he showed that he was probably one of the better point guards in the NBA as he made it all the way to the final until that Achilles came out.
All right,
Are
let
they
me
a
go
better
past.
team? No. Are they a more experienced team? Yes.
Okay, let me go past it. But keep in mind, Kendall, they had the best record the last 2 years in the NBA. I mean,
Yeah.
even when they lost to Denver, they had the best record in the NBA that year.
But
And
I'm
then
going to answer the question. Are they a better team? I think, as a
yeah,
team,
yeah.
at the end of the year, we'll see that. Or are they better individually?
Reason I think they're better because they're more experienced now. They got a taste of winning. They know what it's like to lose. I think they're better. Let me go past with Anthony. Now go into.
I would say that I haven't watched any basketball. I don't even do basketball yet. But I would do what you just said is my thoughts about it. I haven't watched them, so I can't say, but they're better experienced, they're more experienced, and they know what it means to win. But I don't do basketball yet, so I'll
Okay, all right. What about you, Anthony? You doing basketball? What?
Yeah, somewhat. It's too early to talk about if they're better or not. I mean, yeah, they're 7-0, so that's a good start. Yes, the experience of getting to the final and winning it will help, but NBA is a marathon, not a sprint.
All right, go ahead, Don.
Well,
They're a better team.
it's hard for me to say too. I have to say it's too early to tell. They're 7-0. They got a long way to go in basketball to start saying better yet. So I have to watch them a little bit more. I did.
This is SGA, but he didn't want to say it. SGA saying that we're definitely a better team than we were a year ago.
He definitely know better than I do. So let's go along with what he's saying. Because now I don't have a clue.
What you think, Bruce?
Yeah, they're definitely a better team. I mean, experience is what makes you a better team.
There you go.
It's just like when you get a young team in the playoff, you say, oh, they don't have enough experience to win. Now, take year before last. They was good. They got knocked out. They came back last year a little better with that experience, and they won it. They come back this year with a little more experience. That's what make them a better team than last year. Them guys got more chemistry together than the first 2 years, and all of them came in young. When you get a bunch of young guys together like that, each year they go by, they get better, and they get better with experience. So sure, they're a better team this year.
All right, let me go, Larry, on this one. Larry, this is another basketball topic. The Pelicans are 0-6. Would you trade Zion Williamson to try to better your franchise or what?
Yeah, let me answer the first question first. Because
Go ahead.
Homeroom last year was coming off a serious injury. Okay. And he just got better and better as the year went on. And now, after being fully healthy for a year, I think he's playing a little bit better, And I think they got more confidence because everybody's healthy. We only got one man out, and Williams should be back in a couple of weeks. So, and the question for the Pelicans, we used to trade Williams. I would have traded him last year. He's not getting no better. Your team's not getting no better. So you guys try something else because that's not working.
All right, Bruce, would you like to see Zion Williamson in New York or what?
Yes, sir, for sure. For sure. Yeah, but I think New Orleans, they messed up when they got rid of Ingram, and they brought Jordan Poole in there. Jordan Poole, a knucklehead. So I think they went backwards with their organization.
All right. Go ahead, Don. What you think about the Pelicans?
Well, first of all, I seen Zion play this year. He lost his weight too. He done trimmed down.
Oh yeah.
He gave Wembanyama a hard way to
did.
go. He might have lost, but he was really giving Wembanyama everything he can handle. I wouldn't get rid of Zion at this point because if he stay like he's playing right now, he won't be the problem. What they need to do is try to see, can they get, like you said, Jordan Poole was a really lousy move. Can they get some help in there? You know, a big man, some more scoring, and the Pelicans will be all right. But now at the time, if they get rid of Zion, who you gonna replace him with?
Yeah.
There's nobody to replace Zion right now. And the way he's playing, he's seen his attitude even seen a change this year. So if he could keep on that pace, I would keep him.
Yeah, but if they keep losing, he gonna want to be out. All of them. Anthony Davis wanted to get out. Chris Paul wanted to get out. All the stars they had over in the past that played in New Orleans, all of them, if they didn't win, they wanted out. They wanted out. But anyway,
I understand that, but right now I wouldn't trade them.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Anthony. Did I get you already, Anthony? On that?
No. I go with what Don said. I build around them. I mean, look at you've let these other guys go. At some point, you've got to build this team, and he is, let's face it, he's the face of your franchise right now. If you let him go, you risk becoming the Clippers, or even worse, the current Nets.
Jerry Jones of basketball.
But they let the other guys go. Like I said, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul.
That's all the more reason why you got to keep him. At some point, you've got to build. At some point, you have to have a face of the franchise. And Zion has. Let's put it this way: Zion, we all got on him for his weight, and he made the commitment to lose the weight, and he came into camp. Now it's the team's turn to make the commitment to him and build around him.
Okay, go ahead, my brother, Henry.
What everybody just said is really management.
Yeah.
Because no matter how good of a basketball player you are, you got to have other players around you. If you trade away all the good guys, it ain't his fault. So he's playing well. So they're not on sick because of his play. They're on sick because of management.
Right.
Okay.
They got rid of all the players.
All right, go ahead, Bishop.
All right, and Jerry, I have to excuse myself. I got a meeting in less than
You got a 7 o'clock meeting. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, basically, I'm going to simply say this. I agree. I think Bruce just said it. Build around him. Anthony said it. Build around him. Never mind trading him. This team really they've not had any impact in the league, I would say, in a few years. So come on, stop being the Jerry Jones of basketball, and let's get this thing done.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I would go the opposite. I trade him. I trade him out because this is the best shape he's ever been in, and you can probably get more from him now than ever, and you're not going to win with them. So I trade him and try to build a team, get some young players, because this is the best shape he's ever been in. So now you could have gave him away before for a bag of potato chips. Now if you can get something, because
wow,
you can see that he's committed to it. Because if he gets disgruntled and starts eating everything, and then you're gonna miss the opportunity. So I trade him now. It's like when you have a car and you put a new engine in it, and the transmission now starts breaking. Don't wait until it breaks down again.
Yeah.
No, you're right, because I was saying he might get upset. 0-6, he might be 0-10. But anyway, Kendall, let me ask you a question. Does anybody wants to go to New Orleans? That's like when LeBron was in Cleveland. Nobody wanted to go to Cleveland. You're saying build around him. Does anybody want to go to New Orleans, though?
No one's interested in New Orleans. It's not a destination spot. It seems like everybody, when they put their list up, whether it's Kevin Durant or I'm thinking about Jimmy Buckets and these guys that are leaving, they're all talking about Miami or Golden State or Los Angeles. I haven't heard one person say, I'd like to be traded to New Orleans. And
that ain't never
Zion Williamson is showing a little dedication by losing weight, but I think he's missed more games than he's actually played his entire time in the NBA. Do you get rid of him? Yeah. I mean, if you get a lot of pieces, and just like you said, while he's in shape, man, he'll probably command a fortune. Put him out on the court, he might start breathing hard.
Because Zion, I think he's going to want to win too. He's not going to be in a franchise that is losing, and he's doing his part to be in the best shape he can be in. He wants to win. He'll like to see himself in New York and under the spotlights at the Garden or somewhere else that maybe Milwaukee. Not Milwaukee because they already got Giannis, but a team that he can really help, and maybe Boston, something like that in the East Coast. Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, I know it's
traded for Ja Morant because he's having trouble down there with the Grizzlies, man.
Nobody want Morant. Nobody want Morant.
Well, would you trade him for that? Would you do to make that trade?
They're not going to make that
you
trade.
get a worse problem. You got the same thing.
Nobody wants that kind of trouble.
But would you trade him though? I mean, nobody want that kind of trouble. But if you had a chance to get Zion in Memphis and you're going to trade Ja Morant, you wouldn't make that trade though, Bishop?
Not head up.
Listen, the problem is, would New Orleans take Morant? They don't want all that extra baggage over there.
Bruce is not head up though. But Bruce saying something different, not head up, and they're not because he's baggage.
Yeah, but you said you trade Zion for Morant. I'm saying,
but that's Wall said. Wall said I traded Ja Morant for him, but you said no.
No, but it had to be more than him. You had to get him a couple of draft picks. What I'm saying.
You mean for who? Ja Morant or for Zion?
For Zion.
Well, Zion ain't never did nothing. What has Zion done? How you gonna get more draft picks for Zion? He ain't never did nothing. Kendall just told us he's missed more games than he played. How you gonna ask for more? You would have to get more draft picks to bring Ja in to me, because you gotta have a reason to come to spend your money to come to the arena. Ja gives you that.
I agree with that. But the only reason I said that because of the baggage that Ja is bringing.
The baggage now because he don't like the coach. You got this guy from wherever he's from. Wherever he's from, and he just, I just watched the thing on AI. Did you watch that documentary yet?
Yeah,
it's very good. But you can see it's the same thing. This guy tells him to go sit on the bench, and he's like, "Who are you?"
I don't know, man. Andy, give me your thoughts, man, on that. Would you trade? Would you try to make that trade or what?
Well, no, but see. They both were drafted together. Zion was number 1. Ja Morant was number 2.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't. As far as now, if New Orleans, if they would make that trade, I would to make a change of scenery because Ja Morant can play.
No.
But I don't know. As far as if New Orleans would be the right spot because the team is not that good.
Right.
I don't know if they'd be happy.
Right.
Let me
You
tell
know what I'm saying? You have to put him in, to me, you have to put him in a place where he can win.
All right, go ahead, Don.
Well, that's the only thing with that.
You said that, Donald?
Me and my wife was home the other day, and we was talking about us getting together as, sports talk and going to see a game. So, I had to look up, like the Knicks and the Lakers price is crazy, Every team I had her look up for us, we sitting there, and the prices come out, oh, no, and we way up in the stands. So finally, I had to speak. I said, "What about the Pelicans?" The Pelicans.
Give you a uniform if you show up early enough for the Pelicans game.
It was like $219, and that was reasonable. You know what I mean? $219 was reasonable. I was down to the Pelicans.
The Washington Wizards, you can get in there for about $100.
They might pay you something. Yeah, they might give you a refund too if you go.
Let me go with Kendall. Kendall, would you trade Zion or Ja Morant or what?
I'd get rid of both of them, man. They came out the same year. They're a lot more trouble than they're worth. Zion Williamson, is he's showing that he's getting in shape, but like you said earlier, Dr. T, literally get rid of him now. You get more draft choices with him, but it's a numbers game with him. He was the first player to come in with 2 million people on his Instagram account. He walked in bringing people. So, you're going to lose him and his audience, but he's really not panning out. He's a very good player, but he just can't stay well. Ja Morant's attitude is just terrible.
Yeah.
He just has a bad attitude. Blame his father. Seriously, the way his father acts, he's so talented. He could have been the most talented player, definitely the most talented guard in the NBA and lost his, the financial benefits he had by making the All-Pro teams the year that he had a gun and then showed a gun again. So, I would get rid of him and start over.
Kendall, my question: what about the Knicks? Would he be a good fit for the Knicks?
I don't know. Anunoby's looking real good because that's the position he'd be playing.
Is he better than Anunoby? Is he better than him?
Probably, but see, it's not even about individual. I mean, it just looks like the Knicks have a little something. So I'm sure there were maybe possibility existed. There might have been a better player than Scottie Pippen or equal, and a person like Clyde Drexler or something like that was out there. But Pippen was just a consummate teammate. So that's why Jordan wasn't able to win any of the championships without him. I just think that I would get rid of them and try to be a team, because if you really pay attention, when he gets the ball, a lot of stand around because they know he's going to do a crazy dunk. I mean, his team literally freezes to see what he's going to do. They're not back on defense pretty quickly. They're a good team, but yeah, I get rid of them, both of them.
All right. Any other things y'all want to talk about? Is 7:05. I don't want to keep you guys all night for sports.
I got something.
Go ahead.
I got something. If you just can give me one-word answer, or even I can get through with it.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Contender or pretenders? Contenders or pretenders? The Colts.
Contenders.
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 Pretenders.
Seahawks.
Contenders. Pretenders.
Pretenders.
Okay. The Broncos.
Contenders.
I couldn't hear that. That sounded the same.
Contenders.
Contenders. Okay. 49ers.
Hold up, Walt.
Okay, go ahead.
They saying that Denver is contenders and Seattle is pretenders.
That's what they said.
I picked Seattle over Denver.
No, we just said who's a contender.
Contender or pretender?
If you picking Denver for contenders and Seattle pretenders, that means
No, we ain't say pretender. We said contender.
No, I said
pretender. That's why I said I couldn't tell which one they said. It sounded the same.
I said pretender. I think Donald said pretender, right, Don?
Pretender.
I said pretender on the first one. Whoever was the first team, I can't remember what it was.
Okay.
You said
Let's do it one at a time.
Okay. As long as you just Which one for Broncos, Larry? What do you think?
Contenders.
Henry?
The Broncos?
Yes.
I'm going to say pretenders.
What you say? Okay. All right. What do you think, Kendall?
Contender.
Broncos. All right, Larry. I mean, not Larry. I'm sorry. Ant.
Contenders.
All right. What do you think, Jerry?
They are contenders.
Bruce.
I say pretenders.
Okay. What do you think, Big Don?
Pretenders.
All right. What about the Rams? I know it's my team, but
Contenders.
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 okay.
Contenders.
All right. Here's one. What about the Bears?
Pretenders.
This year, contenders.
Hold on, I can't hear. Yep. The Bears.
Pretenders.
I'll say pretenders.
Yeah. You can't be almost losing the Bengals and call yourself a contender.
Yeah, they should have lost that game too. Right?
Yeah.
All right. I actually already said the Pats, right? The Patriots. Did I say that?
No.
Yeah. What about the
contender?
You said pretender, Larry?
Contender.
Oh, contender. Okay.
What do you think, Henry?
Pretender.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Kendall? Patriots.
Contender.
Okay.
With an MVP candidate.
I agree. I think the Patriots are a contender. All right.
Yeah.
All right. The Chargers.
Pretender.
Pretenders.
Okay. What do you think, Don?
Pretender.
Oh wow. All right. What do you think, Bruce?
Yeah, pretenders.
Okay. That's pretty good, right? So what the Bucks, that's the other one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, pretenders or contenders?
Pretenders. I got them as pretenders.
Okay.
Yeah, they
I
pretenders.
say they're pretenders too. I think they're pretenders too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They're good. That's all I had. Yeah, I think a lot of good teams out there, but I don't know. Now they're picking the Ravens to overtake the Steelers in that division now. Now that
Yes.
Lamar,
Do the Steelers though, Pastor? Are they pretenders or contenders? The Steelers.
what did you say? Yeah, I got them on there. I didn't say them.
No,
Okay, we think pretenders or contenders.
they're pretenders.
I would say pretenders for me. They do this every year.
Pretenders.
I think they're pretenders because I don't think they need another wide receiver. They should have got Olave, or they should have got one of those wide receivers. But you know that this was it set a record for the most trades before the trade deadline, 25 trades.
Wow.
But the Vikings played the Steelers. If the Vikings beat the Ravens, the Ravens ain't gonna overtake the Steelers if they lose to the Vikings.
But the Ravens look good now.
Vikings look pretty good too.
I would say this about the Steelers. They'll make the playoffs, but as far as going to the Super Bowl, if they're going to
no, go to the Super Bowl. Let me tell you something. This is the same thing about when Jordan left. You know, it was opportunity for Patrick Ewing to win his title, and he didn't. It's the same thing because the Chiefs ain't going to the Super Bowl this year.
Wow.
Larry. Oh, Larry, you better go lay on the couch, Larry. Go lay on the couch. Hear what Pastor just said? Go lay on the couch, Larry.
He ain't say that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I did. I'm telling you that. I don't think the Chiefs beat the Patriots right now, man.
You said this last year.
But they didn't win last year, did they?
I got a question.
They got there.
I was voting for them too. But Larry, they got the same problem. The offensive line. Ed Oliver wasn't even there, and they knocked Patrick Mahomes down 15 times without their best defensive player. The offensive line couldn't block them. That's why Mahomes
lineman out too.
And the other one, Taylor, just sprained his ankle. The other offensive lineman, he out too.
All right, but Bruce got a question. Go ahead, Bruce.
Last year, do y'all agree that Washington was the dark horse?
Yeah.
Who's the dark horse this year? I think it's New England.
I think it's.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
mean, listen, you know what, Bruce? They did the right thing. They brought Vrabel back there. He's a former Patriot.
Yep.
And he got Josh McDowell back there. You know, that was Tom Brady's, man called the offensive play. And Drake May is good, man. Drake May, he can run and he can throw the ball. He's an athlete. He played baseball too. He's him and his other three brothers. They all played baseball and he played football. But the Patriots, they always had a good defense. I picked the Patriots every game this year, and they only lost for me one time. On my little ticket there, I picked them every game, man, because they're good.
The reason,
You gotta give Ant some love before we go. Carolina, man, winning record 5-4.
The reason I picked New England was because the quarterback is young.
He good.
A pressure game this year, and he didn't seem to bend.
Bruce, he's ready. But you called it last year, Bruce, when he was on the bench behind percent. You said, put him out there. Let's see what you got. He's good, man. Yeah.
All right, Minister Henry Green closes out tonight, bro.
All right. Father, we thank you for your love, your grace, your mercy, for you are the great I am, and there's nothing that is impossible for you, Lord, and we just give you praise and glory and honor because you are the most high God, and Father, we ask that you bless every household that is represented here tonight, Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, and every listener, Lord, that is listening, Lord, bless their household, and Father, we just give you all the glory, all the honor and all the praise, Lord, till the next time we get together. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Brother Kendall, man, I was watching you and your wife the other day, man. Last word? Good job, bro.
Yes.
Thank you.